Over the years, I've done exceptionally well with free plays because unlike a lot of guys in this business who just throw out a play because they just don't give a damn, and that's reality. Most guys in this business don't give a damn about their free plays. I've always told you that the free plays that I release, well, they're the best of the worst. And what I mean by that is, after I handicap the card, there's my best bet, and then there's a collection of plays that I've handicapped, I looked at, and I gave them consideration to making those the plays that I was going to put my money on, the games that I was going to release as my best bet. But for one reason or another, they're slightly flawed. They have a little wart. And I relegate them to free play status because it's not like there's something better than what you see here. There's not a better play out there from me, Al DeMarco. This is it. So yesterday, I gave you 3 free selections. Villanova, 7.5 point favorite. They lose outright in overtime at Creighton. I give you Drake, a 5 point favorite at home. They lose outright to Valparaiso. I gave you Wichita State, which I loved. Wichita State came this close to making Wichita State my best bet yesterday. I figured they'd smoke SMU in revenge. Wichita State doesn't cover at SMU. Go figure. Of course, my best bet is on the night card. Now, after going 0-3 with your top plays, your considered top plays during the daytime card, you have a little trepidation. But there I was. I was so convinced, guys, that Western Kentucky was the play last night. They were a 2 to 3 point favorite at home against Old Dominion. And I'd raised the bar. It was only the 22nd or 23rd ever 20-dime release of my career in college basketball in the 15 years since I developed these sites. And they took care of business and they demolished Old Dominion. Old Dominion came into that game with the best road winning streak in all Division I basketball, 9 in a row. But I thought they were in a difficult spot. If you got to play yesterday, I told you. They were coming off a hard-fought win at Marshall, a nip-and-tuck affair that went right down to the wire. And I thought, this is a tough situation because there's Western Kentucky coming off a double-digit blowout rout of Charlotte at home on Thursday, just sitting there. Home finale, senior night, laying in wait. And what did Old Dominion get after their win against Marshall? A 4.5-hour bus ride to Bowling Green, Kentucky from Huntington, West Virginia. Not fun. 3 point favorite, wins by, I think, 23 points. I cash in with the play on the heels of improving to 13-7 with my 15-time normal top-rated selections with the Rockets rolling over Minnesota on Friday night. I say, why not? I'm doing it again today. Today, the 24th ever 20-dime raise the bar college basketball release in the 15 years since I developed these sites. It's another obscure game, but again, I always feel that you find the best games are the games that the odds makers concentrate the least on. The obscure games on the card. And it's an obscure game, Colorado State at Nevada. And just like yesterday's winner on Western Kentucky, just like last weekend's winner, matter of fact, I'm 4-0 with these 20-dime plays. I don't have to repeat them all for you. You can see them on the website. You've got them all as the half-price play of the day. Same thing goes today, half-price play of the day by using coupon code RAISE, R-A-I-S-E. And the other featured play today would be, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Chris Jordan, who has another 2,000-star double your wager NBA release, number 27 out of 38. It's his revenge game of the year. He hit his blowout game of the year, 2,000-star play on Friday night with the Cavaliers crushing Memphis on the road. You get it today for over half price off by using coupon code Chris from a guy who has made $1 bettors a little over, $62,000 over the past 14 months. All the other coupons, etc., over on the homepage. Let's get to your complimentary plays. Friday, I gave you a free play on that same game, the Cavaliers taking care of business in Memphis. I thought the Cavaliers coming out of the break on Thursday night, losing to Washington, I thought that was a cobweb game, as I told you, a team coming off the break. They didn't get into the offensive flow, but they certainly did at Memphis then, 112-89 on Friday. Now they're back at home. The Cavaliers are taking on a San Antonio Spurs team that has certainly hit the skids. They've lost 6 of their last 7. They dropped their first game out of the break, 122-119 at Denver. Their defense, once the pride and joy of the Spurs, The Spurs have allowed 117 or more points in 4 of their last 6 games. This is a Cavaliers team that is on a nice little roll. I am going to go with them. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. I'm going to go with the Cavaliers. This price has dropped. It was 5 earlier this morning. It's down to 4.5. I love Cavaliers in this game. I'm also going to take a shot with Nebraska, minus the point at home against Penn State. Big revenge game for Nebraska. First time these two met in Happy Valley. Nebraska fell down by 16 points. They rallied, forced overtime, eventually lost that game 76-74. And prior to that game, Nebraska's center had decided to sit out because he was considering transferring, and it forced Tim Miles, the Nebraska coach, to go small. Well, it's paid dividends because Nebraska's won 9 out of 11 games since then, and the 2 losses were on the road to Ohio State by 5 and to Illinois. At home, they're undefeated in conference play. They win this game today. They get the 4th seed in the Big Ten, which means they get a double bye in the Big Ten tournament, which starts next week at the Garden, Madison Square Garden. They don't have to play in the Thursday game. They finish an undefeated conference season at home. Penn State has a big injury concern. Mike Watkins, their starting center, he's really a power forward, but they start him at center. He was a monster in the first game. 20 points and 15 rebounds. He comes into this game averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, and a little about 2.5 blocks a game. He's out. Hurt his knee early in the first 3 minutes of the game that Penn State lost to Michigan earlier this week. I like Nebraska in this game. I'm going to lay the point. Nebraska and Cleveland, I like them equally as much today as your complimentary plays. That'll do it. I'm sticking to the story, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this